Hey everyone, what's up? Derek Deschamps here for Exclusively PS, your source for all things PlayStation. Here's your PlayStation news for the week. Activision released lots of new information this week about Call of Duty World War II, including a reveal trailer, new campaign details, and the release date of November 3rd, 2017. Call of Duty World War II's single-player campaign will have players take the role of Ronald Red Daniels with the U.S. 1st Infantry Division as they fight through Europe during 1944 to 1945. The game will include the most famous World War II battles, including the Battle of the Bulge and Invasion of Normandy. A separate story-based co-op campaign will also be included and will have players pitted against Nazi zombies. On the multiplayer side of things, Activision stated players will be taken to headquarters between matches to interact with friends, similar to the function of the Tower in Destiny. Also, character classes have been replaced with divisions that will include infantry and armor options. Players will also have access to a new war mode where they will take the role of Axis or allies in famous World War II battles when the game releases for the PS4 on November 3rd, 2017. The Kickstarter-funded Friday the 13th The Game has received an official release date of May 26, 2017, as well as a new trailer that features several of Jason's executions. Friday the 13th is an asymmetrical 1v7 multiplayer game similar to Evolve, where players take the role of Jason Voorhees while the remaining 7 players take control of camp counselors who must survive the night. The game will feature 3 maps at launch: Camp Crystal Lake, Higgins Haven, and Packanack Lodge. Developers Gun Media and Ilphonic have also stated that a single-player mode will be added to the game as a free update later this summer. Friday the 13th The Game will be available as a PSN download on May 26, 2017. Developer Screaming Villains announced this week that the controversial Sega CD game Night Trap is getting remastered for the PS4 in the form of a 25th anniversary edition and is expected to release later this spring. Night Trap is a full-motion video game that was originally released in 1992 and follows a group of young women who are being hunted by vampires. Players must control hidden cameras and activate traps to help the women survive the night. The original release was the subject of huge controversy in the United States that saw the game removed from the market due to violence and contributed to the creation of the ESRB. Night Trap 25th Anniversary Edition will be released in both digital and physical form, including 3 different covers based on its original releases when it comes to the PS4 later this spring. CI Games announced this week that Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 will not contain any of the previously announced multiplayer features. Unfortunately, they chose to make this announcement on the day of the game's launch, as well as the date the review embargo was lifted. The company stated that they withheld the release of the multiplayer so as not to dilute any potential from the single-player experience. The multiplayer features are expected to release later this year. Capcom has announced 8 new fighters for its upcoming PS4 title Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, as well as a release date of September 19, 2017. Ultron, Hulk, Thor, Hawkeye, Rocket Raccoon, Chun-Li, Strider Hiru, and Chris Redfield will be included in the game's roster at launch. In Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, heroes and villains will battle a new threat called Ultron Sigma, which is a combination of Ultron from the Marvel Universe and Sigma from the Capcom Universe. Players will choose from one of 6 Infinity Stones, which will customize their characters with unique effects and abilities designed to quickly change the outcome of the battle. The game will feature a cinematic story campaign, arcade, training, mission, and multiplayer modes when it hits store shelves on September 19, 2017. Grand Theft Auto V released a new mode called Tiny Racers this week for GTA Online. Tiny Racers features a top-down camera view similar to the view featured in the original GTA and has players racing with up to 4 players. Different power-ups are available throughout the race that give players access to abilities such as rockets and special vehicles, while anyone unlucky enough to fall behind is automatically blown up. Tiny Racers will also hand out double RP and GTA money for a limited time. Rockstar has also announced that anyone logging into the game prior to Sunday, May 1st will receive a tax rebate in the form of a $425,000 deposit in their Maze Bank sometime in May. Zen Studios announced this week that Infinite Minigolf will be making its way to the PS4 and PSVR later this spring. Infinite Minigolf will feature a built-in course editor allowing players to create their own courses and share them with others online. The game will also feature a new hole browser that aims to help players in finding the best courses available. Both local and online multiplayer will be available for up to 8 players, as well as leaderboards for each course and hole. The entire game will be playable in PSVR, including the course editor, and will use a third-person camera positioned over and behind the character while aiming, and once hit, the ball can be followed with your head. Unfortunately, no move support will be available when the game launches, but the developer has stated they are looking into it. Lightbulb Crew announced this week that Games of Glory has now entered open beta. Games of Glory is a free-to-play top-down team shooter MOBA hybrid that has players take control of powerful clones and engage in arena-style combat against enemy teams as they fight for fame and fortune. The fast-paced game with no skill cap features a pool of over 50 skill-based weapons to choose from as you battle cross-platform opponents playing on both the PS4 and PC. Players can create clubs with their friends, complete with the ability to upload custom logos, allowing players to climb through the ranks as a cohesive group. The Games of Glory Open Beta is available as a free download now on the PlayStation Store. Sedesco announced this week that its upcoming title AereA will be released on June 30th, 2017 for the PS4. AereA is a music-themed action RPG that takes place on a group of 3 islands whose balance is maintained by 9 primordial instruments. Unfortunately, the instruments have been stolen, and players must fight to return them in order to bring peace back to the world. Each boss players face is based on a musical instrument and has its own music composed specifically for each fight. The developer's goal was to transform each battle into an immersive musical composition. AereA will also feature 4-player local co-op when it's released in both physical and digital format on June 30th, 2017. And that's all your PlayStation news for this week. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll be here next Friday with a new episode, so hit that subscribe button. I'm Derek Deschamps. I'll see you next week.